2:22 p.m. Damage is done. I am just on here for a quick minute. Damage is done. I have no feeling or stimulation in my head, and I am getting what feels like air being pumped through the right side of my chest and my lung. I have been lung damage for months, kidney damages, my full right side, my head, my brain split into sections, and I can prove it. My brain's been seriously injured, and it can be proven. I am medically blacklisted, and it is a crime for me to get help in Napanee, so it assures everybody that's involved with this that it happens. Lennox and Addington, Ontario Provincial Police, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, from the CEO to doctors and triage. This is how they cover their crimes up here in Napanee. They have their victims medically blacklisted, treatment refusals, discriminations, and more. This is how they cover crimes up for themselves and for OPP and for their bosses. Human traffickers, sex offenders, obviously highly protected, unarrestable, untouchables. Billy Wooldridge at 149 Center Street North. Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge again, Blair Hardy. Tyler Lake, Jason Gimpy, Two Step Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Ray Ray, and his roommate Sam, who are also guilty of murdering my dog as well. Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge, guilty of stalking my mother. I am the victim of identity theft, identity change, and this is to human traffic me, and this is to fray me. This is how the police are getting away with these crimes, the lies, the time buying, the cover ups till damages is done, preventing help. And then when damages are done, they finish fucking their victims. Poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Beware. They know that you cannot monetarily fight the crimes and lies against you that they may be casting. Trying to extort 22,000 for arrest because who it is too, and because they can all implicate everyone involved, the police and everyone. So they are untouchable, unarrestable. I am also the end of my bloodline. Blair Hardy is an obsessed homosexual, believes that he is me. Billy Wooldridge thinks that he is me, thinks he is Harry Potter. They're burnout drug addicts, drug traffickers, rapists, the sex offenders in Napanee, the pedophiles, the drug traffickers, the human traffickers. The OPP are using for drop charges for their crimes. So, congratulations, you pieces of shit garbage. Time's been bought, damages is done. I have no feeling or stimulation in my head whatsoever. All it would take is me being able to get medical help and getting tests done, MRIs, brainwave scans. It would prove a lot. I've had no neurological problems or anything else prior to 2019 when all of this began on me. I had not even been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years. I was shot by ex-OPP chief back in August of 2019, and that's when all my problems began. That's when all the lies against me began, the time buying, the cover ups, and more. My mother being stalked and murdered, me going through physical identity theft and changes and proving it and still being called a liar, false arrest, kidnapping to get blood and piss, and also in an attempt to shut me up. May 27, 2021, through Shelley Hafner and her bullshit incompetency lies done by a Judge Chappelle signed off in Kingston. That was done to get my blood and piss and also in an attempt to shut me up so I'm not talking about what I've been talking about, showing what I've been showing and proving what I've been proving by whom, how, and why. How OPP are committing these crimes and getting away with them above suspicion, especially when it's being done to poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, causing homelessness, collecting pensions, financial thefts and frauds, bank frauds, forgeries, and then conveniently the police involved are are transferring to avoid arrest and lawsuits against themselves and the OPP themselves in hopes of deniability through their badge and positions. The lies, the time buying, the cover ups, and more. And then when damage is done, they turn around, and when a person wants their arrest more, tries for it, then conveniently the justice of the peace aids them in criminalizing and fucking their victims even more. As of March 15th or 16th of this month, when I last went to the hospital, all I did is I phoned the CEO and I told him that if he is not going to help me, the crimes that he is guilty of, and if he is not going to medically help me at that hospital, then he was going to pay to transfer me to a different hospital. And I spoke of what he was guilty of doing to me with criminal negligence and intent and with whom. And then conveniently, I go to the hospital, I leave, and as soon as I leave, conveniently, I get arrested and charged. After me being at the Justice of the Peace that morning to get private prosecutions and to finish arresting and charging on cops and doctors and everybody else involved. And then conveniently, before I had a chance to do it, it was done to me. And that was done even more to shut me up, to keep me from help, to keep me from proof, and to finish the damages that are being done to me. Isn't that right, OPP? Isn't that right, Justice of the Peace? Isn't that right, Lennox and Addington Hospital? All hands are washing the other using your positions, your badges, your credentials, and your fucking inmates that you're using. Your boyfriend, drug offenders that you will not touch, cannot touch because they own you, or you charge $22,000 to it for it. Surrounding hands on guns, laughing in people's faces over arrests, knowing, right, Shannon Cork, knowing that your boss, Billy Woldridge, at the time when he walked by, was going to go on to stalk and murder my mother, even telling me what kind of glasses I should wear that day. Other ones that are also involved, besides the one name, is also Robert Barry, a guy named Robert, too. He has a camo hat like the one I'm wearing. He walks around sometimes with a camo jacket or a gray winter jacket. He also hangs out with Maggie Falls and Bert Hustler at Robert Lucas's. That's where they deal and do their drugs because they know it's a cop's house and there is no chance of being touched or found out. So I can't even walk out my door and I have cops following me, or I have fucking Ray Ray or these other pieces of shit instantly as soon as I step out my door. And how it's being done is because they're using R&M on me. They know exactly where I am at all given times and reporting to OPP, and I will not be proven wrong. I'm tired of having these pieces of shit low life watch me piss, watch me shit, watch me fucking sleep even, and reporting back to OPP while seeing me fucking naked and whacking off the little pervert pieces of shit, thinking that my life is a fucking game. OPP gave them the remote narrow monitoring to use as a fucking toy. And this is how they are committing crimes. This is how they are committing homicides. This is how they are causing cancers, to be above suspicion, right? And then making your victims look fucking crazy in an attempt to. Plus the lies about being suicidal, self harmers, and all this other shit. So when you're being when you're torturing your victims and they're looking for help, they're not being believed. They're getting it because of the way it's being done. Perfect fucking crime. One way or another, Hardy, Leg, Van Alstyne, Hartwick, Ray Ray, and the rest of you garbage that are involved, even the police, no threat, and the doctors from the CEO, you are going to answer for what you are involved in and what you've done to me and what I can prove. You're going to answer for it and pay one way or another legally. I mean, not in any other way, not by me, legally. But you will be recognized and you will be arrested, and one way or another, you will be charged. You will lose your positions as doctors, and I will see you in prison. Same with the hospital. And same with Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Van Alstyne, and the rest of you pieces of shit garbage. I will see you in jail and arrested one way or another. It won't be done here unless I come up with the 22,000, or it won't be done because you own and work with the 4 OPP for drop charges, for drugs, for money. Be safe, everybody. Watch yourselves, watch your children, watch your finances. They're also involved and guilty of murder and missing as well. So let that be known. I'm Chris Wood. I spoke police crimes. I became a victim. The police, their inmates, and doctors organized trafficking, homicides, lies, time buying, cover ups above suspicion right here in Napanee, Ontario. Spencer Mills, 14716, now allegedly Aurelia. Staff Sergeants, years 2019 2021. Ex Chief or Commander, year 2019, had me shot, like I said, in August of 2019 before leaving. He drove a white Jeep Wrangler. Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Stacy, mental health worker, was Daily Tea Company here in Napanee and now Kingston. And Shelley Hafner or Huffner, plus Lennox and Addington CEO, Lennox and Addington Administration Hospital, Lennox and Addington Patient Relations, Lennox and Addington Hospital Doctors, and Triage, file falsification, given original CAT scan results away and given me false ones, medical blacklist and treatment refusals, laughing in my face over being sodomized and then being told I'd never get help unless I seen a psychiatrist based on what? Oh, that's right, lies against me. Dr. Pritchard trying to have me committed for having being sodomized because it was done to and from OPP and their boss, Billy Wooldridge, Dr. Wooldridge. My head swelled up like a mushroom and being told that I needed a head shrinker, not a doctor. Pun intended. Being called a retard, told not to come back there. Being treated like a piece of shit garbage because of lies against me to buy time to get away with this. I'm not taking a fall for any of you fucking criminal pieces of shit. I am Chris Wood. I'm an identity theft, identity change victim, and I can 100% prove it. I have proven it. So, damages are done to me, no feeling or stimulation left. You're doing it, you fucking pieces of shit garbage. But one way or another, like I said, you will be arrested. And you will answer for what the fuck you've done. And you will pay criminally and monetarily. I cannot get back the damages that you've caused me for your fucking revenge to have sex with children and to human traffic and to get out of murders